what about, because there's people say like, well, Bethany Frankel, like LVP, there is this thing about Nicole James that she didn't just quit like that. And I'm not saying this is just what's out there, that, Heather, she said stuff about Terry's surgical abilities, and that was part of the reason why she's phased out and demoted. Like, do you think there's any truth to that? Like,
I do.
like, you do?
Well, yes, she got phased out. She didn't get demoted and she didn't quit. She got phased out because there was a law, she sued Terry Dubrow for doing a botch job. And not only did it happen from her, if you read his Yelp reviews and if you live here in Orange County, he does not have the best reputation at all. It's shocking that botch show is still going on. But I'm just saying, just purely reading Yelp and having, like, no one goes to him here. It's all people from out of town that watch his show that get.
Because he's famous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he doesn't have the best reputation here in Orange County.
And you think that's part of why Nicole is kind of gone?
I think that's why Nicole is gone, 100%. She got phased out because of the lawsuit.
How did they not know that she had filed a lawsuit years ago? Like, didn't they do their research? And
they don't all do their research. Not all of them. I mean, did they do their research when Jen Shaw was, committing?
Good point.
Do you think like a Jen Shaw and an Erica, to your point before, should be gone?
No, I don't think they should be gone. I mean, I think it's good TV. I want to see what happens. I don't think they should be gone. I think they're good TV, but people think that they should be gone.
I was surprised that Erica was asked back, honestly, because of all that's going on. Like, it would have almost been in her best interest, maybe not financially, but to separate herself from that spotlight for a little while and focus on cleaning up the legal stuff that's haunting her.
She needs that $1 million paycheck.
Yeah.
She needs it.
And the ratings for Beverly Hills were really good this season. And a lot of ratings are down. Have you found, like, used to be friends with Ramona, like used to pal around with her, have you found that people, now, listen, not every Bravo celebrity is as free to speak like you guys are. So have you found that certain people now are like maybe afraid to speak to you, that like they've cut ties just because you're not?
I talk to Ramona all the time still. I mean, we're still really good friends. She was supposed to come out to the desert.
But there are people who are hesitant to take pictures with you.
Now we have a stink. We have a stink a little bit, I think. I think people are scared. I think Jeff Lewis is a little scared. I know he got bashed on his thing.
We were on his radio show and he got so much hate mail.
He got so much hate from like these wackos.
Oh, honey and Mr. Honey, I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of hate as well, but I can take it. I mean, I get hate. It doesn't really matter.
We're not bad people.
Yeah.
We're nice people.
Oh, my friends own Strut. When I didn't understand the pronoun thing and I had to explain myself, my friends own Strut. It's a gay bar here, and I'm friends with all gays. And when people say I'm racist or homophobic, it's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just a joke.
So our friend who DJ'd our wedding was DJing at Strut
DJ Ryan,
on a Friday
I don't know if
night.
you know him.
DJ Ryan.
No.
He's always at Fire Island.
And he actually stayed in our house because he lives in LA. He came down here to Newport Beach, to Costa Mesa to DJ that one night. So he stayed in our house and we went and hung out at a VIP table next to his DJ booth. And everyone's like, oh, you only went to Strut because you were getting a hard time for not using the right pronouns with the trans community.
And I'm like, wait, what? And then
he's a friend of ours, and he's staying in our house.
Our friends that own Strut were like, you wouldn't believe the hate mail that we got. Oh my God. I'm like, when did the gays become like angry and mean and mad? Like, I mean,
but not all of them.
Not all, but I mean, like when I go to Fire Island and I hang out with my friend Jack Morgan and I hang out with like all my gays, Rob, I have best friends. I mean, or I go to the Abbey, everyone's so kind and nice. I'm like, when did this ever happen?
Yeah.
When did they all get mad at me?
It's like, we understand you can't please everyone all the time. And there's always going to be someone who doesn't like you. But now they have this megaphone, on their social media, and they can just blast it out to the world about what horrible people we are, and it's silly.
Have other people from Bravo besides Jeff kind of distanced themselves? I guess Ramona hasn't.
No, Ramona has. You know, it was funny. I was with Jackie from
Goldschneider.
Goldschneider, and she got a bunch of hate too. I feel bad. Like,
Yeah.
Like they don't want her hanging out, and you know, she's a cool person. She's like, oh, it's okay, it's all right. But you know, I know Ramona didn't want to take pictures with me one time. Remember?
Yeah, because
she was afraid. But now she's getting tons of hate.
It's
yes. Well, speaking of that, what about, you know, this new thing, Ultimate Girls Trip, where people are saying like the word is that you're going to be in the third one with Lisa Vanderpump. How do you feel about this? Do you think that's possible? Would you go on Ultimate Girls Trip, or do you think you are on that like persona non grata list with the network forever?
Oh no, I'm not on the persona non grata. No, the network has a love hate for me. They do. They know that I'm a hard worker. They know that, they know, how dedicated I am and how I'm never late. I'm easy to work with. If they tell me to do something,
and you're terrific on TV.
They know that I am easy to work with. If they tell me to shut up, I typically do. And, because I'm afraid to get fined. But they know me,
but we don't know anything more about it. No one's reached out to us.
No, but I still talk to I talked to my producer, Thomas Kelly, my executive producer. He's really cool. I talked to Rebecca from Bravo. She's our PR. I still talk to her. I mean, I talk to a lot of people. Andy Cohen was so nice to me. We'll text here and there. I don't have a bad relationship with Bravo or with Andy Cohen at all. So
I think it's possible. Who would you want to be on Ultimate Girls Trip with you if you could pick people?
Well, not Lisa Vanderpump, because she lied and said I dined and dash. Okay.
I saw that.
Was not.
But if they're looking
true.
for conflict, that could be some right there.
Yeah. So, she was nice and extended a olive branch.
She did.
Said,
we could go eat.
We could go eat.
Have a meal at her place. Yeah.
See, that would just make great TV.
Who would I want to be?
From like any franchise.
Well,
or not be on there.
I'm friends. Well, I'll tell you who I'm friends with. I'm friends with Teresa. I'm friends with Dorinda. I'm friends
with
Jackie. Ramona.
Everyone in the East Coast.
Everybody. I'm more of an East Coast.
Well, you have friends. Who's going to be on next week on our podcast? One of the.
Original. Gina Keogh is going to be on.
We like Gina.
But who would I want to be with? I like the Miami girls.
The Miami girls are great.
Yeah, I like those girls. I wish that show would still be on.
You and Vicki are in a decent place, like you said. I mean, are you shocked about this?
Yes, totally shocked, majorly shocked. But she came up to me and wanted to, talk to me. I'm like, did you go through rehab or something? Because she was like, I want to say sorry. And I'm like, is she like, what is she going? Is she going through rehab? Because when you go through rehab, you have to like say sorry to people that you did wrong with.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I thought maybe she was going through rehab. I wanted to hear what she had to say, but she doesn't want the conflict. I don't want the conflict. We were really good friends at one time, and it's just, and I knew it was Steve. And I'm like, I said something on like, maybe she might be nice now that she's single, because she's fun when she's single.
Don't you have, I mean, I know you said you were going to try to help her find a guy. Like, don't you have any single friends, Rick, that Vicki would be good for?
Not here.
Most of them are in New York, and most of my friends they all got married as we got older. So I don't have a lot of single. I have a couple single buddies, but
me and
I've only been here a year. So
Tamra and I were thinking about asking if we could do a show of us driving cross country and trying to like hook her up.
Yeah, I'm not so sure Vicki needs to stay in the OC if she met a nice guy in New York, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she can be one anywhere.
Do you?
I offer to drive the van.